Thank you for H-Town, a city. I was inspired to write that because I feel like it's a city that has a clave all its own. And I recently read in the Los Angeles Times that Houston is the most diverse city in the nation, which is pretty amazing. So thank you again for being here on this beautiful afternoon in Houston. I'm going to close out my set with a solo piece in the tradition of stride pianos, which is what got me into jazz in the first place. The introduction said I'd heard Harry Connick Jr. play, and he was playing stride piano, which I didn't know what it was at that time. But it was such a revelation, the life and the joy in the music. America's music is like none other. And I want to ask our wonderful soundman Jeremiah if he could just take me out of all the sound, just take me out of all the mains for this final piece. Let's thank our soundman Jeremiah. And just play the piano as the piano by itself. This is James P. Johnson's Carolina Shout. Thank you.
I mean, just an incredible Sunday brunch. Just incredible. And let me just say to you, because I think jazz and blues reflect so much about our soul, and in chaotic times, we need something kind of just chill everybody out. And this is not just a sports town, this is an artistic town as well. And through the arts, through music, like jazz, we can come together. We're the most diverse city in the country, from Latin, African American, Asian, you name it, all demographics. We want to expand this. I know it's been the Jazz Brunch, and you've been incredible. But next year, I told them, we want to take it another level. And if, with the support of Vice Mayor Pro Tem and the members of City Council, I know, and all the generous sponsors, I know we can take it up another level. This one was sold out. But look, in Texas and Houston, we either go big or we go home. And we don't want to go home. So next year, we're going to move it to the fall. And it won't just be the Jazz Brunch.
Mayor Sylvester Turner and the City of Houston announces the first of its kind, Jazz Fest Houston. You know, Houston is an international city with an international sound. There will be musicians and artists from around the world. This explosive Jazz Fest Houston will be held in the fall of 2019. This will be a Jazz Fest for the entire city. More details are coming soon. Save the date, Jazz Fest Houston, fall of 2019.
Hey, what New Orleans can do, we can do even better. So, but no, we've got to take it up to another level in the city of Houston. I want to thank some people for helping to put this on. Susan Christian from Special Events. Where's Susan? There she is, Susan. Thank you very much. Special Events. Give it up to Susan Christian and her entire crew. They simply do an amazing job. I mean, a lot of things that they are doing this week and the weeks to come. You know, we're trying to get the Democratic National Convention here, so we got the Site Selection Committee coming in this week, so they're working on that. And the backpacks yesterday were 25,000 kids. So Susan, thank you so very much. All the people with the Mayor's Office of Special Events, a special thank you to all of you. I want to thank Ernest Walker, the General Manager of PTSU. 90.9, Ernest, thank you, man. Just amazing. I know you were in South Africa, you know, like 2 weeks ago, performing with James. You know, James, amazing, man. I mean, you sang it just like we practiced it. But, so thank you, man. And then there's a special person who I want to give special credit to, because literally I turned it over to this particular individual, and I will tell you, she ran with it. The money that was raised, her calling all of you, she did. She took the leadership, she made this thing her own. And I want to give her credit. You know, it's not about the mayor. I'm the mayor. I'm in the front. But the people behind the scenes are what make things happen. And I would be remiss not to give her her proper due. And so I want you to really acknowledge this. We call her the 1 in 3 million. And that is none other than my community service director, faith-based coordinator, fixer, and that's Janice Weaver. Janice, come on up, Janice. And she really made it happen, okay? And I want to thank her for it. In spite of everything that she's had to deal with, she'll tell you she's been very, very blessed. But I want you to know the city of Houston is very blessed to have somebody like Janice Weaver on the team. So Janice, I just couldn't let this Sunday Jazz Brunch go without extending you this leadership award for just taking this and making this your own. Thank you for your opportunity. Thank you, Miss Weaver. Now, start working on the next week. You've shown us what you can do for a Sunday brunch. Now, you and Susan, y'all show us what you can do on a weekend festival like that. Take it away from New Orleans, Louisiana, okay? Right here in the city of Houston, in H-Town. That's where it belongs. We have so much talent. I'm going to ask you to continue to sow seeds into the lives of our students, okay? Into Councilmember Mandel, but you showed up on this, okay? Did you go to church this morning?
I was on a flight that was delayed just to be here.
You were supposed to say you went to church this morning. Praise the Lord. You know? But let me look. And then look, Whitney Merciless from the Texan is with us today. Thank you, Whitney. He put on his back-to-school program at Audrey Lawson Middle School this week. Outstanding, outstanding. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. But let me just say, let's continue to sow seeds into the lives of our children. Tremendous amount of talent. If we fertilize and nurture that talent, it will grow. And if we provide venues in our city, they will come and they will stay. And it doesn't make a lot of sense for us to lose our talent to a New York or an LA or a Chicago, that if we provide the stuff here, they will stay here. And I want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank you for staying, for participating, for providing these audience with the talent, with an audience. And again, I want to say thank you to our artists who simply went out of their way to make it happen. Lastly, as we came together today, Sold Out Crowd, remember the Martin Luther King parade is coming up. I'm going to remind you again, we cannot have a house divided against itself. One parade. I don't care how many permits anybody may get. Okay? You, the people, ultimately decide. We're standing with the Black Heritage Parade. You know Ovad Dakatel, he's been sick, he's battling, been sick. But in his honor, we want to stand as one with the Black Heritage. And it's the only one sanctioned by the King Foundation. It's the one that will be downtown. Okay, downtown. Okay, downtown. I'm asking the sponsors, if the sponsors will stand with us, it will happen. But you can't split your dollars. Well, you can, but it won't unify the city. And so I'm asking you to sponsor the Black Heritage Parade. That's the one that the city is sanctioning. That's the one that we're going to be standing behind. I don't want to be in a city, be the mayor of another city, or this city, where we are known as a city that has two parades. When there was only one Dr. Martin Luther King with one message, and that was a message that from many there can be one. And in the most diverse city in the country, most diverse, we need to operate as one family. Don't care what you look like, don't care what your monthly financial status, don't care where you live, don't care which faith you practice. One city, many people, one city, one parade, on that Monday morning, 10 o'clock. Let's join as one, and let's demonstrate in a chaotic world, in this city, we just love each other for who you are. That's the message, that's where I want